Good morning, everyone. I welcome you all on behalf of Tungal College, and this is Ritesh Zavalkar, your Faculty of Biology. And today we are starting with a further section in this chapter, which is immunity. Hope you all have studied yesterday from the NCERT, whatever we have discussed into the class, and hope the classes are more interesting for you so that you can understand the things to the best level. This is everything what you people are going to learn into the MBBS syllabus also, and it is the way by which you people are going to treat the patients. So it's a very important chapter because everything related to the MBBS section itself. So let's begin our day with this chapter, which is human health and disease, and today we are into the lecture number 6. But before starting every class, as you know very well, quote is very important. Motivations are continuously required because the target is big. It's a NEET examination. Though we are left with 1 year of time, but still it's very less time. You have to do a consistent effort. The pessimist sees difficulty in every opportunity because he's always thinking negativeness. Correct. So he says, no, this will not happen. No, that will not happen. He always sees a difficulty in every opportunity. But the optimist like you people who are very dedicated that I will get the NEET seat, you are never bothering it. You are an optimist. You see the opportunity in every difficulty. So whether it is a coronavirus or whether we are away from each other, you are staying at the house, we are taking the classes, but you are an optimist. Remember this, students. And we have to take the opportunity now in these difficult times that whatever may be the circumstances, we will achieve our target. We are going to crack these examinations in 2022 and going to go away with a NEET seat. This particular promise you have to give for yourself, and you have to be an optimist now. With this particular energy, let's begin our today's particular session, which is human health and disease. Recall, students, yesterday I have told you regarding this diagram. Hope you people might have practiced because the assignment also was given based on this. Every antibody is called immunoglobulin because it's made of a protein called globulin. It is having 4 polypeptide chains, 2 heavy chains and 2 light chains. Heavy chain because it is a longer, so molecular weight will be more. Light chain because it is shorter, so molecular weight is lesser, so called light chain. Both heavy chains are also joined in between by disulfide bond. Heavy and light chain is also joined by disulfide bonds. The maximum portion of the antibody is a constant region which never changes. But the front part, the terminal part of both light and heavy chains are having a unique designs, which is an antigen binding site we call variable region. The design which is there is called paratope, which fits on epitope of the antigen. Antigen are the surface proteins of pathogens. So antibody will have paratope, while pathogen will have antigen having epitope. Paratope, when it fits into the epitope, it means antibody will hold the antigen. Means antigen is now on the presence of pathogen. So pathogen is held tightly. But antibodies are given by the B cell. So B cell is holding the antibody. Antibody is having paratope. Paratope is holding the epitope. Epitope is holding the antigen. And antigen in turn is holding the pathogen. It means that we have taken control over the pathogen. So now killing the pathogen becomes easier. In the entire diagram, you can see N and C, which has been written, that you know very well, students, polypeptide chain of protein. N terminal means amino terminal and C means carboxyl acid terminal, because every amino acid is having amino and carboxyl group. So a polypeptide also will have right-hand side carboxyl C terminal. N means nitrogen or amino terminal. That's the same thing. So do not get up confused. Since it contains two heavy chain and light chain, we call H2L2 molecule. I repeated the revision again because it's a very, very important question into the examination. Let's begin up further. All these particular antibodies which are present in our body are of further 5 types, students. Are further 5 types. In our body, always we get these 5 different types of antibodies available, and this is based on how many amino acids are present in heavy chain. Like I will give an example to you, students. If you go to a company, say something like Hero company, which produces so many bikes, if you take any bike, say about Splendor bike, if you take, the key handle is different shape. Key handle only, whatever you hold, the constant region, that handle is having a different design. If you take a pleasure vehicle, that handle is different. If you take a passion, its handle is different. Correct? Constant region only, but the shape is given different, so that one can identify, is it the key belonging to a splendor, a passion, a pleasure, or etc. Is it true? It's like that. So constant region also is having how many amino acids in the heavy chain. Based on that, there are different types of antibodies available. Though every antibody is a Y-shaped itself, but the length of heavy chain can be increased. But these are overall classified into only 5 types. The part which is represented in front of you is an introduction of the same. And this is only required for your NEET examination. In the theory exam, hardly they will ask any questions on this. Okay, let's begin. The first type is called IgG antibody. Ig stands for immunoglobulin, refers to antibody. They have given certain codes for them. So it's like IgG. It's the most abundant and make up 75% of the antibodies present in our blood. It occurs as a single molecule, the way we have seen the structure, Y-shape, like that. It is a monomer. It is the only antibody which can cross the placenta and provide immunity to the fetus. Because many times when a woman is pregnant, if she suffers with any viral infections, the viruses, if they are moving in the blood of the mother, it will cross the placenta and infect the fetus also. We have discussed placenta will allow antibodies and viruses to cross. If the child is affected, then in such cases, from the mother's blood, IgG antibodies will cross the placenta and will give a defense even to the fetus also. Remember, placenta do not allow blood to move, but will allow viruses and antibodies to cross. Hence, to give the defense to the fetus, it is the only antibody called IgG antibody. Whenever IgG antibody will attach to the pathogen, that is antigen on the pathogen, It increases phagocytosis. It calls up large amount of natural killer cells. It calls up neutrophils and will help them to eat the pathogen, because so many antibodies will attach on the surface of the pathogen that pathogen is unable to move from that area. So it calls the phagocytes, WBCs, and tell them to eat them. It is the only antibody which is available in 30 combination, always in 30 combination, and all together will come area and like a net-like structure they will prepare, which we call complement cascades. So that like a blanket, because if 30 antibodies will attach together and then they will prepare a small blanket-like structure by which they will attach themselves on the surface of antigen, that is pathogen, so pathogen is unable to move. Something like a person is moving up, if you suddenly add a cloth on his head, he is unable to see anything what is running around. Same like on the antigen, they will add 30 combinations of IgG. This is called complement cascade, by which it becomes impossible for the pathogens to escape from this immunity. This is IgG. Note one thing, IgG is always available in our blood. But question arises, sir, if the pathogens were not there, how come IgG antibody came? IgG antibodies are earlier prepared antibodies, which the body tries to use them, considering that maybe this antibody may be useful in killing the pathogens. And maximum number of times it will work. Maximum times it will work. Hence, IgG antibodies will be present into the blood always. They are prepared by the earlier immunity towards any pathogen they might have prepared. So now they are being used considering they may kill the pathogen. IgA. It makes up about 15%. It also occurs as monomers, or sometimes two antibodies will join with each other. Then we call dimers. It provides the protection from whatever pathogens you have taken from the mouth, accidentally or purposely, or you might have inhaled from your nose. So any pathogens which have entered from the nostril or from the buccal cavity, these are the antibodies who can give first the defense. They will kill them. It is also called secretory immunoglobulins. The reason behind that is it is secreted in the mother's milk, colostrum. Recall, we have learnt of human reproduction. Colostrum is very important milk for the survival of the child. Always mother's milk is good, we say it up, for the child. The reason is it is rich in immunoglobulin A, IgA. It is also found in the fecal matter of every human being. This shows that mostly these antibodies were present into the undigested food in the overall small intestine and large intestine. So that in small and large intestine, if any pathogens were there, harmful pathogen, this antibody surely would have killed them. Hence, in the fecal matter also we get them, because along with undigested food, they will be removed out. No problem even if it is removed, because again our blood will prepare it up about this IgA. We can prepare it in billions of quantity every day. Okay, not a problem. See, I have changed the coloration over there to show that what is the function, the main function part, you have to remember it out. The third one is IgM antibody. It makes up about 5 to 10%, and here 5 antibodies, each antibody is Y-shaped. 5 will join together and we call pentamers. Sometimes it is also present as monomer, but when it is on the surface of B cells, B lymphocytes. These are known to be the largest antibodies because 5 are joined, and they are first to reach the site of infection. And first antibodies to get synthesized, therefore, because if it is reaching first, means surely it only might have prepared first. What is the reason? Because it was present on B cells, and B cells are the main immune cells who will identify the pathogens. Hence called macroimmunoglobulin, because it's the largest. It's also first to prepare, hence called natural antibody. This is the same antibody, students, who is prepared in response to if a wrong blood is added into the patient's body. Suppose A blood group person is there. You know, A blood group person can be given either blood group A or either can be given O blood group to his body, correct? But suppose accidentally, if that A blood group person is given B blood group or AB blood group, then surely his immunity will be triggered. During that time, the antibodies which are prepared are IgM antibodies, which will kill all the new blood which has come, due to which the patient who has taken the blood will die because clotting will take place. Okay, this is all first year you have learned it up. So which antibodies are prepared during which particular time, this is more important. Hence, for the NEET examination mainly. IgD antibody. It makes up about only 1%. It also occurs as monomer. It is the main antibody which is involved in activating B cells. Whenever the second line of defense will fail, third line of defense will activate. During that time, to activate the third line of defense, T and B cells are there. So to activate B cells, the antibodies only are essential. These are earlier antibodies, which will help up now in activation of B cells. See, as we speak in some sound language, similarly in our body, every cells are speaking with chemical language, and this antibody is one type of chemical only, correct? IgE antibody, it makes less than 0.1%. It also occurs as monomers, and these are present on that mast cells and basophils, and their role is only activate when allergy occurs to a person. Every person is allergic to different things. We are going to have a session day after tomorrow on allergy, vaccines, autoimmunity, all that things. That time you will understand how it has been working, what is meant by allergy also. Today is not the day for allergy, but you need to remember how many different types of antibodies are being present. So how the questions are going to come, either match the column they will ask, all the antibodies they will give, other side they will say match it. Otherwise, they will ask correct and incorrect statements. Otherwise, direct question they will ask. What is direct question? Name the antibody present in mother's milk, colostrum. So suddenly the answer become IgA. Name the antibody which can cross the placenta and provide defense to the fetus. Then answer is IgG. Name the antibody helping in allergic reactions, then IgE antibody. Name the antibody which will activate the B cells, IgD antibody. Which is the antibody triggered during the wrong blood added into the patient? IgM, sir. This is how the direct questions can be asked in the examination. Yes, Priya is saying that this type of question was asked in 2015 regarding IgA, which is present in colostrum. Yes, this is how the questions are usually been asked. But that type way is not so properly mentioned in NCERT. And as a result, you have to remember it perfectly. There is another question which has been asked by one of your friend, Ankit. Sir, antibody and WBC work together. You will learn about that tomorrow, okay, properly. Then you can understand what does it mean, okay? Chal. Yeah, any difficulties, students, so far, whatever we have studied? Any difficulties pertaining to this section, then please ask me up. Okay, chalo. Students are saying no, there is nothing problem in that. Chalo, take the photograph and let's move further then. Okay, now remember, students, yesterday only we have entered in understanding third line of defense. It's an army. And you know, it will specifically select and kill the pathogen. Can you recall? We have learned yesterday what are the main characters of the third line of defense. They were having specificity. They were having up about self-limitation. Memory was being present. They were able to identify between which are our chemicals and cells and which are not. That is discrimination between self and non-self, like that many particular characters we have discussed. Is it true? Then if they are so specific, then we should know, right, in our body, which organ is preparing it. We know that they are B and T cells who are doing up about this third line of defense, but we should know exactly which are the organs or tissues in our body who are preparing these B and T cells. And second, where are they stored? Correct? What does it mean, sir, exactly? Let's take a beautiful example. We know our third line of defense is an Indian Army itself. It's an army only. Na? Let's consider Indian Army. In India, army, whoever wants to enter, first they will give some examination, you know very well, and they will get selected. Whether officer or whether about any soldier, they will give some examination, selection will happen, and now they are given certain training. Is it true? The regions where training is given of becoming an army person, that is now the first area where they will become a soldier. Means now they will be called, okay, you are an army person. That is called primary lymphoid organ. Like in our body, wherever the main lymphocytes are prepared, army is being made ready. They are called primary lymphoid organ. Means what are primary lymphoid organ? These are the areas where the normal WBCs are being made lymphocytes. Because WBCs are WBC, unless and until training is not given, why they should be called lymphocytes? Like we all are human beings one day, but some human beings who are given training, they will be called as army or the soldiers. Similarly, there are certain organs in our body where some WBCs are given a training, due to which they are now called lymphocytes. They are now ready. These are called primary lymphoid organs. Correct? Now, coming back. Now, you know, in your relatives, some of the people might have taken such training and they have become a soldiers. Perfect. But are they staying at the same center where they have taken a training? No. They are now being sent to either Jammu area, Kashmir area, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Kerala, Mizoram. Any border areas they will be sent. Sometimes inside also cities, some army regiments are there. There also they will go. They are temporarily been said to stand over there for some specific period. Because any time from any region, an attack can happen. So if you are staying at that area, suddenly actions can be taken up. Means posting it is. They are sent to certain posting. So that if the pathogen enters from there, terrorist will enter from there, army suddenly will take an action. Is it? Similarly, in our body also, when lymphocytes are prepared in the primary lymphoid organ, their training is completed. They know very well how to kill the pathogen. But temporarily, they are stored somewhere in our body. Those storing areas are called secondary lymphoid organs. So I am classifying the way how our defense ministry is been working. I don't say looking at defense ministry, our body is developed. You know, it is vice versa. Our body is first developed. We are following our body's method and our defense system has been developed. Is it true? So let's understand now. Now you have got very clarity what is mean by primary and secondary. So training area is different. And till then, storing area is different. So that wherever stored it is, from there suddenly actions can be taken if any intruder, a pathogen enters. So let's begin. organs of the immune system. Primary lymphoid organ. What is primary lymphoid organ? Here proliferation means preparation, differentiation becoming specialized, and maturity giving the training of the immature lymphocytes occurs, so that those lymphocytes now are bestly developed. They become immunocompetent cells. Immuno means immunity, defense, means they can make a best action to give the defense system. So in simple language, I can say primary lymphoid organs are those organs where preparation of lymphocytes occur and maturation of the lymphocytes will occur. Preparation and maturation occurring organs are called primary lymphoid organs of lymphocytes. Okay? Who are those? In our body, two organs are present. First is bone marrow. Look at the below right hand side diagram. You know very well, students, inside our thicker bones, there is a structure called as bone marrow, who is known to prepare all the types of blood cells, RBC, WBC, etc. Since lymphocytes are also a type of WBCs, they are also going to be prepared there only. I will better say all the lymphocytes are prepared in bone marrow only. All the lymphocytes are prepared in bone marrow only. So bone marrow is a soft tissue in the bones which results in production of all the blood cells. Well, maturation of B cells also occurs here. What does it mean? Look here. I just said all the blood cells are prepared in bone marrow. So also lymphocytes are also prepared in bone marrow. Now, how many lymphocytes are there, students? Can anyone reply me? How many different types of lymphocytes are there? How many types of lymphocytes are there? Okay, perfect. There are two types of lymphocyte. One we call B lymphocyte, another is called T lymphocyte. Perfect. Chalo. Now, question arises, sir, why they have given the names like B and T? Look it properly. All the lymphocytes are prepared in bone marrow. All the lymphocytes are prepared in bone marrow. But some lymphocytes will get matured also in bone marrow. All the lymphocytes are prepared in bone marrow. But among all the lymphocytes, few lymphocytes get matured, means training also will occur. Maturity of lymphocyte occurs in bone marrow for few of the lymphocytes. Those lymphocytes which get matured also in bone marrow, they are called B lymphocytes. B stands for bone marrow. In birds, instead of bone marrow, bursa fabricus is there. So both in birds and mammal, it is starting with the B only, bone marrow or bursa fabricus. It's called B lymphocyte, also called B cells. So what are B lymphocytes or B cells? Those lymphocytes which get prepared in bone marrow, matured also in bone marrow, are called B lymphocytes. But question arises, sir, what about the other lymphocytes? Because you said all lymphocytes are prepared in bone marrow only. Very true. Some of the lymphocytes got up matured in bone marrow. Instead of some, I can say maximum lymphocyte get matured in bone marrow, so-called B lymphocyte. But few lymphocytes will move out of the bone marrow now. How they will move out? Are you know bone marrow is given blood vessels. So from that blood vessel, they will come out. Some of the lymphocytes has not got matured in bone marrow. They come out. When they come out via the blood, they will come up on the surface of the heart. Please look at the diagram which I have shown it up about here. This is the lungs which are there and this is the heart. Just on the surface of the heart, can you see these two structures which are there? These two structures which are there are now called thymus. In the first year syllabus, you people have learned in the last chapter thymus. Some of the lymphocytes, what they do is they will come out of the bone marrow and via the blood vessels, they will reach this thymus. Thymus will give a hormone called thymosin 1 and 2. You can recall it up. Because of this thymosin hormone, some of the lymphocytes get matured in the thymus now. So those lymphocytes which had got matured in bone marrow, they were called B lymphocytes. While those lymphocytes who came in thymus and in thymus they got the maturity, they now are called T lymphocytes. Thymus, T lymphocytes. So what is a simple understanding? All lymphocytes prepared in bone marrow. First point. Where all lymphocytes are prepared? Bone marrow. Maximum lymphocytes get matured also in bone marrow. Then they are called B lymphocytes. But those lymphocytes who will come in the thymus, and in the thymus those lymphocytes get matured, they are called T lymphocytes. Did you get this understanding? So to get your feeling where is the thymus and bone marrow, these diagrams are being shown. Have you got the clarity, students? Very clearly. So everybody remember, all lymphocytes prepared in bone marrow, all lymphocytes, because it is the industry to prepare blood cells. All lymphocytes prepared in bone marrow. Maximum lymphocyte matures in bone marrow, hence called B cells. But those lymphocytes who escape from the blood and come at the thymus, because via the blood they are moving in random direction. If they reach randomly at the thymus, in thymus few lymphocytes matured called T lymphocytes. Now, one important aspect, students, from NEET exam, you being a doctor, you have to remember, and this connection I will take up especially during the time of HIV and AIDS explanation. So please remember properly. What is that? Thymus is such an organ which is present in our body. Thymus is such an organ which is present in our body, which will regress, means it will go on shrinking and become smaller and smaller from the day of birth. Means the time of birth of a child will occur, the thymus is the largest size. As sexual maturity will come, sexual maturity means in the female, menarche we say, menstrual cycle will start, and in the male, it is beard, mustaches, more musculature starts. Means maximum 14 years of age, maximum 14 years. But depending upon the male and female, sometimes maturity might have come earlier also, correct? But maximum 14th year, every person, every child has got matured, male or female. The time sexual maturity has developed, thymus will totally regress and become a small structure, a rudimentary, a death taken like a small organ. It means that if there is no thymus after 14 years of age, means in our body, T lymphocytes are not prepared after 14th year of age group. Means now presently in your body or my body, no thymus is present. Means at today's date, only bone marrow is present. Means all lymphocytes are prepared. But all lymphocytes will get matured also in bone marrow. Means at today's date, in our body, only B lymphocytes are getting prepared. T lymphocytes are not getting prepared, because we don't have thymus. But our body also knows this. So all the T lymphocytes which we require for our entire life are prepared only in this 14 years of age. how much lymphocytes we require? T lymphocyte, our body will do a large amount of duty and will prepare this till 14 years of age, and it will be stored into the secondary lymphoid organ. You know what is the difference between primary and secondary? Primary prepares and matures the lymphocyte, and secondary will store them, will store the mature T and B cells, correct? So whatever T lymphocytes are required for our entire life are prepared till 14 years of age only, and they are stored. Means the number is very, very less, correct? But B lymphocytes, not a problem, because always we are having bone marrow. So B lymphocytes are prepared throughout our life. Hence, their number is the largest. So in our body, whenever we check about the lymphocytes, then among the lymphocyte, B lymphocytes are the largest quantities and T lymphocytes are lowest quantities. But T lymphocytes are very important, because without T lymphocyte, B lymphocytes or third line of defense cannot work. Hence, T lymphocytes are very essential. Remember this sentence, because it will be making you understand HIV and AIDS. You may feel now, what is this connection? The time I will teach now, you will understand it. Have you got this concept very clearly? Take the photograph. Any difficulties? What is primary lymphoid organ? Simple answer. Those organs where lymphocytes are prepared and matured are called primary lymphoid organ. All lymphocytes are prepared in bone marrow, but those lymphocytes which get matured also in bone marrow is called B lymphocyte, while those lymphocytes which travels to the thymus and get matured, they are called T lymphocytes. Okay, no problems. Okay, and thymus will regress maximum till 14 years of age group. So after that, we do not have it. Chalo, going up. Secondary lymphoid organ. What is mean by secondary lymphoid organ? As I've already said, production and maturity training has completed in the primary, correct? But now every day that process was happening now. So whoever has become matured, they have to be stored somewhere. Wherever they are being stored, there only they are going to come in contact with the real pathogens. Because like our army also will have different regiments and they will keep them at different posting at different borders or in different cities, like that secondary lymphoid organs are there. Look at the right hand side diagram. You can see some wiring which has been shown along with thymus. Is it true? We call lymph nodes, lymphatic vessels they are. Lymphatic vessels only are the region where they are being stored. So here lymphocytes are going to interact with the antigens of pathogens, and they will divide themselves in large numbers so that they can go and kill the pathogen. Effector cells means they will get activated, they will wear their uniforms, they will have their arms and ammunitions, they will go and kill them, and all will look the similar. Who are those? Which are the examples of secondary lymphoid organ? Remember what is secondary. Here their storage will occur, and here only their interaction with pathogen will occur. Who are those? Lymph nodes, as shown up. Spleen. You know, spleen is an organ, just stomach is there, below the stomach, pancreas is there. Is it true? At the junction of the stomach and spleen at left hand side, you will have a small organ called spleen. You know, spleen is called graveyard of the RBC. All the blood cells will go and die there. Is it true? In that area also, they are being stored. Perfect. One more, mucosa associated lymphoid tissue. MALT we call it. What is this? Our entire respiratory system, which has been there, students, is having the mucus secreting cells. Is it true? It may be a bronchus, bronchiole, you know, all these pipelines. These all the pipelines which secrete the mucus, they will have some lymphatic vessels inside. They are called mucosa associated lymphoidal tissue. There, these cells also will be present, B and T cells. Why? Because from our nose, every second we are been respiring. So from the breathing, large amount of pathogens may enter in our respiratory system. So mucosa associated lymphoidal tissue is having an army, B and T cells. If any pathogen comes, suddenly they will take an actions. Got it? Gut associated lymphoidal tissue, gut associated lymphoidal tissue. Gut means our intestine, small, large intestine. Any pathogen which enters through the anus or any pathogen which has entered from our mouth surely has traveled through the stomach, intestine areas. So whatever our intestine pipeline is there, around that certain lymphatic vessels are present. You know, every pipeline of our intestine also will have blood vessels. So also lymphatic vessels. They are Peyer's patches, tonsils, you know, tonsils in our pharynx area closer by. They are actually gut associated lymphoid tissue. Peyer's patches are present as a white colored galt, white colored GALT on our intestine, while tonsils are towards our pharynx area. They are the storage area for B and T cells. Any pathogen comes, suddenly they will take an action from it. Bronchi associated lymphoidal tissue. Once again, mucosa associated, similarly bronchi means restricted to only bronchus. This MALT, GALT, BALT will make 50% of the lymphoidal tissue in our body. The remaining 50% are lymph nodes, spleen, bone marrow, thymus, etc. They will make the remaining 50%. This is written in your NCERT, hence you have to get perfect. So which makes 50% of the total lymphoidal tissue, MALT, GALT, BALT, all that. Note what I have written, I have already explained. Removal of the thymus gland in the earlier age group. Suppose in the childhood, only one operation is done, and if anybody removes the thymus gland of a child, then none of the T cells are prepared in the child body. And if there is no T cells, that child will not have adaptive immunity. It means it will not have third line of defense. Such a child will be prone to large number of infections. And such a child cannot be given vaccines also, because vaccine also is to trigger or activate our adaptive immunity. So such a child will be very vulnerable to diseases, and usually they cannot survive. Are you getting it? So thymus is to be present in our body till our sexual maturity, and it has to prepare all the T cells. But if any accidental cause the thymus is damaged or removed before 14 years of age group, then the number of T cells are very less in the body. That can totally stop adaptive immunity, making the child vulnerable to diseases, infections, and the child surely will die. It can't survive for more time. Okay, no problems. Look at this diagram. This is an example of a diagram where you can see the spleen, where you can see thymus, where you can see lymphatic vessels. I have shown a magnified image at the top right side, lymphatic vessels, correct? I have taken up lymph nodes also at the right hand side bottom, where it has been proliferated to show how the lymphatic nodes are. Peyer's patches have shown, spleen it has been shown. See, tonsils also. Overall in the entire body, our lymphatic vessels are there. And lymphatic vessels, we were always thinking, sir, what is the use of lymphatic vessel? Today you got the understanding what is an important. Ismail, I didn't understand your question. Okay, students, have you got it up? Take the photographs and let's move further. This is a photograph just to show where are the lymphoid organ present. I will just quickly recall up about the point, students. Primary lymphoid organs are those where the preparation and maturation of lymphocytes will occur. Those lymphocytes, all lymphocytes are prepared in bone marrow only. In birds, it is called bursa fabricans. All lymphocytes prepared in bone marrow. Who get matured also in bone marrow? B lymphocyte. But who will get prepared in bone marrow, but maturity in thymus is called T lymphocyte. T lymphocytes means thymus. Thymus will survive in our body only till 14 years of age maximum. So all the T cells required for our entire life has to be prepared before 14 years of age only. So our body will prepare them and it will be stored in secondary lymphoid organ. But B lymphocytes are everyday prepared lifelong. There is no problems. Is it clear? What are secondary lymphoid organ? These are the areas where the storage of the B and T cells will occur. And as a result, there they will interact with real pathogen so that action can be taken. Hence, they are spreaded in our body everywhere. The photograph in front of you, everywhere it is spreaded. So wherever the pathogen will try to enter from any part of our body, it will come in contact with these lymphoidal areas and surely they will undergo a death. Ankit is saying wonderful diagram representation, sir. You will not let us with half knowledge. That's my prime duty. If you get complete knowledge, then only. Otherwise, in Hindi it is said, na, Adha jala gagari chalkat jai. Half knowledge always dangerous. Is it? It never should happen. You need to have a correct information and to the best information. Then only neat targets can be achieved. That's the reason I've been made about to make you prepared. Is it? Chal, let's move further. Now, we understood which are the organs playing an important role in preparing this B and T cells and what are they doing it. MALT means, I said, na, mucosa associated lymphoidal tissue. It may be our entire respiratory system. In the case of females, it can be into the fallopian tube. All those are the same. Ismail is saying it. Suppose, sir, you said the thymus is removed in this child. Then his third line of defense is failed. But suppose this child survives and if he undergoes a marriage and his child comes to the birth, whether the child will have thymus, surely will have it, because by operation or accidentally his thymus was damaged. Genes were not damaged. Now who will prepare thymus from the zygote? So child will have nothing problem. But what I'm saying, chances of such a child surviving is impossible. You do not know, students, that from the childhood how many pathogens your body has got, and for all the pathogens which you suffered at least 3 days, surely after 3 days your third line of defense was activated, it killed the pathogen and your body is having memory cells now. So now also wherever you are sitting, in front of you, the air which is there from that pathogens are entering in your body via your nostril or your mouth, but they are instantly getting killed because they may be same pathogen which might have attacked you right from your birth. So your memory cells which are there, they are killing them. So only we are very surviving. But those children whose thymus is damaged, means they don't have T cells, means their adaptive immunity is failed. You may say, sir, B cells are there now. Very true. But you will learn tomorrow, student. I will teach you there to activate the B cell, T cells were required. If there are no T cells, B cells presence also is waste in our body. Without T cell, there is no importance of B cells. Are you getting it? So because there is no T cell, their immunity is very low. Every minute or every hour, they will get some or the other infections. They'll be always suffering. And how much you will treat them? If you add the load of medicines, then body will suffer with side effects and due to which body will undergo death. So such people never can survive. Okay, Ismail, this may be a question with many others. So remember this. All these questions which you ask now is very good. The reason is the NEET examination will ask reasoning questions, and that time it will be much better for you to select the exact answer among the four. Okay, sure. Going further. No, Rajshekhar, memory cells are not T and B lymphocytes in general. They are a type of T and B cell. Tomorrow's class you will learn that. Don't worry. Today also in short I will say you. Now also I'm going to say in short, but tomorrow very clearly you will understand. Today also I'm going to say that. Now the same part I'm running up. Okay, watch it. B lymphocytes or B cells. Remember, the third line of defense is because of two types of cells, B lymphocytes or B cells, T lymphocytes or T cells. I'm speaking of first. B lymphocytes are involved in humoral immune response. What does it mean? Those pathogens which are there in the blood, those pathogens which are there in the blood, to kill those pathogens, B lymphocytes plays an important role. Can you recall this topic starting? Good humor hypothesis, blood which we were speaking, good blood. So humor means blood. So those defense system of third line which is present in the blood itself, because of B lymphocytes are producing antibodies to kill the antigen. Antigen means any substance which will activate our immunity. Antigen means foreign substance, means surely can be a pathogen. Okay, so humoral immune response is always by B lymphocytes, and that is always by production of antibodies which moves in the blood, searches the antigen of the pathogen and neutralizes or kills them. But B lymphocytes in our body are of two types, students. There are two types of B lymphocytes. Plasma B cells, also called effector B cells. Those B cells which are specific antigens which have the information of the pathogen. It stimulates large amount of B lymphocyte, multiplies to produce same type of large number of plasma B cells, and each plasma B cell is having abundant endoplasmic reticulum, rough endoplasmic reticulum, which produces so many antibodies, that is 2000 antibody molecules per cell per second it will prepare, students. How many antibodies a plasma cell will prepare per second from per cell? 2000 antibodies per cell per second, which calculates to be 20 trillion antibodies are prepared per day by a single B lymphocytes. But imagine during the time of infection in our blood, the number of plasma B cells are in lakhs together. From per cell 20 trillions, means imagine from lakhs together how much antibodies are prepared. And you know these antibodies are specific only for that pathogen. Means there is no escape for the pathogen. Pathogen has to die. These plasma B cells are thus called antibody factories. Each plasma B cell is prepared separately for separate pathogens. Means suppose if it is a typhoid came up, then for typhoid, all the plasma B cells are of unique type. They will prepare, everyone will prepare the antibodies to kill typhoid cell. If pneumonia pathogen comes, there is a separate plasma B cell group who will prepare antibodies to kill only pneumonia pathogen. Separate for coronavirus, separate for HIV, for all it will be different. Is it clear? Plasma B cells, the name is because they are present in blood plasma, and their role is to prepare antibodies and continuously add the antibodies in the blood. Antibodies will move along with the blood, and whenever they come in contact with the antigen of the pathogen, they will attach and they will kill them. Now you don't say how, sir, they will identify. Are same na, lock and key theory. Pathogen will have antigen. Antigen is having a unique design called epitope. To the epitope, paratope of the variable region of antibody will attach. and antibodies are moving in the blood means they will search and they will attach to them. Random it is, trial and error. But since so many are there, na, chances of attachment increases. Okay, no problem. Now, listen carefully, listen carefully. Suppose a person is there, he has been suffered with a typhoid. Listen carefully. A person has suffered with a typhoid. 3-4 days has happened. So now imagine in his body, plasma B cells are prepared, which will prepare antibodies to kill typhoid bacteria. Salmonella typhi bacteria to kill, antibodies are prepared. Plasma B cells are prepared antibodies. So what these antibodies will do? They will move in the blood, they will search the pathogen, and they will neutralize or kill that bacteria. So within 5 to 6 days or maximum 7 days, a person who was suffering with typhoid, he will become all right. He says, now I'm normal. Because all the antibodies have killed up, searching all the salmonella, they have killed them. Okay, now person is normal, perfect. Now, those plasma B cell students who were preparing antibodies, who have killed the pathogen, those plasma B cells said, we are winner, we have killed the pathogen, we know how we have killed the pathogen. So body says you are going to be given with gallantry award because you have won this particular area now. So I will give a gallantry award. You go and become memory B cells. What does it mean? Means you now henceforth have to stay and take a rest in our body. You are being called only when once again typhoid bacteria enters in the body in the next 3 years. Your validity is 3 years from today. So he says, thank you. I'll become a memory B cell. You call me sir whenever a typhoid bacteria enters in the body because I know how to kill them, because I know how to prepare the antibodies. Only to kill typhoid. Don't call me at other time because I don't know how to kill the other bacteria, but I am superior to prepare only typhoid bacteria. They are called memory B cells. Understood? All the plasma B cells do not become memory B cell students because when they prepare so many antibodies, plasma B cells undergoes death also because they will lose their energy. They will lose their energy. But some plasma B cells which has not lost their complete energy, only they will be made up about the memory cells. Ankit is asking, so such immense defense system our body is having, then why we should take medicines and tablet? This answer I will give it tomorrow. How the doctor's profession works up, I will say you tomorrow. Nilesh, you are taking the concept wrong. Okay, listen properly. Okay, the time vaccine I will teach, you will understand. Then student, have you understood the difference between plasma B cells and memory B cells? So B lymphocytes will constitute 20 to 25% of the lymphocytes, and they are having a lifespan of only few days. Hence, many plasma B cells undergoes a death. But those plasma B cells which know how to prepare the specific antibody and still are more active, they only will be stored as memory B cells because they know exactly how to prepare antibodies to kill that specific pathogen. So B lymphocyte provides immunity against all the extracellular pathogen, means from outside the body, whatever pathogens enters inside to kill them. And those pathogens or the chemicals of the pathogens called antigens, if present in our lymph or blood, then to kill them also B lymphocytes or B cells are required. So the immunity prepared by B lymphocyte is called humoral mediated immunity or humoral immune response. Humor refers to blood, body fluids, because antibodies moves via the blood. Remember, B lymphocytes never will travel, only the antibodies will travel. B lymphocytes, wherever they are staying, they will just produce large amount of antibodies and they will add in the blood. So from the blood, antibodies will move, search and kill the pathogen. Okay, no problems. The numbers 2020 trillions is all you have to get perfect, students. Chalo, the next one. The next type of immune system which is there by the cell is nothing but T lymphocytes. Is it true? We call T cells. You know, they have got matured in thymus. They constitute 75 to 80% of lymphocyte, most abundant. Why? Because body knows after 14 years we are not going to have thymus, so they have prepared in large quantity and they have stored, so their number is maximum. They have a lifespan of 4 to 5 years. Okay, provided if they were activated. If they were not activated, then their lifespan will be till our death. Are you getting it? So don't say, sir, then it means after 14 years, by 20th year, we will lose this or what? I know. They are prepared and they're stored. If they are activated, means suppose say in our body, there are some 1 crore T lymphocytes. 10 will be taken out and they will say you are activated, you do this job. Then who have got activated, those are 10. They will have the lifespan of 4 to 5 years. Remaining all are still normal. So from the day of activation of T lymphocyte, their lifespan is 4 to 5 years. If they are not activated, then they will survive as it is in our body. Is it clear, students? So don't get confused. It provides the immunity against intracellular pathogen, means those pathogens which are inside the cell. If they were outside the cell, then B cells were taking a job. If they are entered inside our cell, like viruses, then T lymphocyte cell. Or in our body, if cancers have been developed, to kill the cancer cell also T lymphocytes will play a role. Or if a person has done an operation and taken some organ transplantation, just a minute, friends. Whenever a person will do up about some organ transplantation, maybe kidney he has taken from another person, or a heart, or plastic, whatever he has done it, then that organ belongs to another individual. Na? So our body, means the patient's body, will consider whatever organ you have taken is not your body organ, sir. It is belonging to some other person. I will consider it as a foreign substance. I will say that organ is a pathogen only and I am going to kill it. In such time, to reject that new organ taken in the body, T lymphocytes only will play an important role. Very, very important points, whatever I have given a right answer. Getting, students? So T lymphocytes will help in giving the protection against those pathogens which are inside the cell, like viruses, or any cell which has developed cancerous growth in our body. To kill cancer cells, T lymphocytes are helping. Or if a person has taken some organ transplantation, means organ from another person, then our body says, Arey, you might have taken due to any reason, but I am prepared in the body saying that any foreign material come, I should kill it. So you may do organ transplantation, but your body will not accept it. Your body is going to kill that organ. Hence, whenever organ transplantation is done, what doctors will do, you know, who has done this surgery? They will suppress your third line of defense. Because if they do not suppress the third line of defense, then your T lymphocytes is going to kill that organ which the doctor has added by operation. Are you getting? Now you can understand, students. If the doctor will give medicines to decrease your third line of defense, it means your body will be exposed to various infection. Then due to various infection also person will die. Hence you might have heard of the person who undergoes organ transplantation cannot survive for a long time, because the doctor, to save that new organ, the patient's third line of defense he has suppressed, and if it is suppressed, then surely different infections are entering in the patient's body and they will dominate and they will kill that person. Hence it is never advised up to go with organ transplantation easily, provided if you are very super rich and present only in AC environments. You are never going to go outside. Till then, do not do it. It's very dangerous. Okay. So, which are the cells required for our tissue transplant rejection? Rejection of the organ transplantation, T lymphocytes. Like that question will come. Now, B lymphocytes were doing humoral mediated immunity, means any pathogen present outside the cell, to kill that, B lymphocytes were helping. Humoral, because they were moving in body fluids. But T lymphocytes are called cell mediated immunity, because they are going to go to that cell which is infected and going to kill that cell himself. Means what? In humoral mediated, B lymphocyte didn't go, only their antibodies traveled to kill the pathogen. But in this cell mediated immunity, T lymphocyte himself will travel and kill the pathogen. Hence called cell mediated immunity. Got the difference? In B lymphocytes only prepared antibodies. Antibodies will travel to kill the pathogen. B lymphocyte was not traveling. But in T lymphocyte himself will travel, search the pathogen or cancer cell or that tissue transplanted and will kill it. He himself goes and kills. Hence called cell mediated immune response. So do not get up confused with the concepts. Okay. T lymphocytes are of 4 types, students. B lymphocytes were only of 2 types, plasma B cell and memory. But these are of 4 types. Listen carefully, because tomorrow's concept is linked with this. Helper T cell called TH cells. These are very important, students, because it will get the first information that second line of defense has failed, sir, and it's a time now you have to get activated. Are you getting it? Second line of defense is unable to kill the pathogen. This first information comes to helper T cells. Hence, helper T cell is the one who will work as a main person to activate third line of defense. If anything happens to the helper T cell, students, our third line of defense is completely failed. You know why a person infected with HIV is unable to get treated? So much immense defense system we are having. We should have killed the HIV viruses and its problem never would have been present. But why still we are having so many HIV positive patients from years together? Why the virus is not getting killed? The reason is HIV virus infect T helper cells. Like that Bollywood movies, where commissioner only is the main villain itself, or he's joined the hands with villain. Then how the police department or main people will work? It's like that. So HIV virus will infect helper T cells, as a result of which, when he only is having the virus says helper T cell, what? Are you going to kill me? I'm only going to kill you. So stop. Don't activate any defense system to kill me. But you are allowed to get activated to kill other pathogen, but you should not kill me because I am inside to you. Don't ever dare that. I will stay along with you and you should not do any harm to me. It's very dangerous. HIV virus is very dangerous. He's very cunning. He's attacking helper T cells. Okay, are you understanding why we are unable to control HIV viruses? The reason is He has held our main cell itself. Yeah, though in our body there are lakhs together of helper T cell, but in every helper T cell they will be present. In whom? Those who are HIV positive patients, not we people. Okay, so it is difficult. But okay, we are learning something different. What are helper T cell? These are those cells which will stimulate the cell-mediated immunity and humoral-mediated immunity. Means what? They will activate TC cell, we will learn up PS cells and B cells so that pathogen should be killed. How it will activate them? But by secreting a special chemical called lymphokines. Lymphokines are the chemicals released by the helper T cells. Lymphokines are a type of cytokines only, students. Okay, chemical substances which will activate the cell because they speak with chemical language now. They don't speak with sound language. Next, cytotoxic T cells or killer T cell, TC cells. Who are these? They are being activated by helper T cells. Their job is go in the battleground, search where there is an intracellular pathogen, search where there is a cancer cell, search where there is an organ transplanted tissue. You go yourself, kill them up. This is called TC cells. How they kill? When they reach it to the intracellular pathogen, means the cell infected with virus or cancer cell or foreign tissue. They will go there, release the chemical called perforins or cytolysins, which will kill that cell only. Automatically, when cell is killed, inside pathogen also will be killed. Or cancer is there, cancer will be killed. Or transplanted tissue, you might have spent lakhs together of money to make an operation to get that organ, but your body says, who are the hell you man came inside? I'm going to kill you. And because that organ is killed, person will die then. It's very dangerous. Our body will never allow any substance to enter in the body. Okay. Suppressor T cell. Now it's very interesting, students. Can you recall only till 14 years of age group, all the T lymphocytes are prepared in our body, correct? Means we are having limitation of T lymphocytes. We cannot use all. Like yesterday, I was saying a story. If the terrorist has entered at one of the area in our country, entire Indian army will not rush there. Only few members are sent to kill them. Similarly, our body says, Array, T lymphocytes are very less in my body. Whole life I have to use it. So there is a cell called suppressor T cell whose job is, this pathogen has come now, cytotoxic T cell, you are told to get activated. Only few members, you go and kill it. I won't allow other T cells to become cytotoxic T cell because my job is to send few team at a single time, not all. So suppressor T cells prevents it from attacking own body cells and also will say that I will send at a particular time only few T cells. So it suppresses immune response, limitation. He says only few are allowed to go, everybody are not allowed. And it also prevents the body to say that this cell is our cell, this cell is not our cell, which is not looking like ours now, you go and kill. Which discrimination between self and non-self is done by. Once the cytotoxic T cell will go and kill the pathogen, then they, after killing the pathogen, cytotoxic T cells will give the information to suppressor T cell, sir, mission accomplished. We killed the pathogen. We killed that cancer. We killed that transplanted tissue. Then suppressor T cell says, oh, good, you have done a very good job. Now your job is take a rest. Rest means what? You also become memory T cells. Their memory B cells also were there. Now you also become memory T cells. So that in the future, you will be called up if the same problem persists. Now you may say, sir, then we are having for a single disease, two memory cells or what? Memory B cell and memory T cells or what? No. Can you recall, student, very properly? If the pathogen is inside the cell, virus, or if it is a cancer cell, or if it is a foreign tissue, for that cell-mediated immunity was there. So memory cells will be only memory T cells. But look at this, B lymphocyte. If the pathogen is outside the cell, extracellular pathogen, or any chemical of the pathogen is there in our blood moving, for that B lymphocytes were prepared. That time we will have memory cells, only memory B cells. So depending on the type of pathogen, we are having either cell mediated immunity or either humoral mediated immunity. If the pathogen is outside the cell also, inside the cell also, like coronavirus, it is staying outside the cell also, inside the cell also. In such cases, our both memory T cells and memory B cells will be present. So depending on the pathogen, the decision will be taken by our body. We need not think of who will be taken. Our body will take that decision depending on the conditions. Okay, no problem. You know, nowadays in the news channel, it has been said that Covishield will work up for these many strains. Covaxin is working for these strains. It is not working on other strains. The reason might be those vaccines which have been prepared might be either activating only T cell mediated immunity or maybe activating humoral mediated. So every vaccine's efficiency is different based on how they were prepared that vaccine. Based on that it is. Remember again and again, vaccines are not the medicine. They are killed pathogens or chemicals of the pathogen only, which are added in the body so that your body's cell mediated immunity or humoral mediated immunity should be activated. Any one will be made to get activated. Usually vaccines are added to activate humoral mediated immunity. Why? Because vaccines will stay in the body fluid, and body fluid immunity is only humoral mediated. So we say antibody test we have to do to see vaccines are working or not. Correct, na? Getting? So how many types of B cells, how many types of T cells I have explained you. We have went in a detail. Take a photograph, students. This is everything I have already explained it, and you people will require this to make up difference between B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes. For that purpose only this is been given. Took the photograph, you can read it. So what is understood? T helper cells will first get the information, second line of defense is failed. Then T helper cell will activate TC cell, cytotoxic T cell, T suppressor cells, and will activate plasma B cells. Means he is the main person to activate third line of defense. Plasma B cell prepare antibodies to kill pathogen. TC cell, cytotoxic T cell himself will go and kill the intracellular pathogen cell, cancer cell, or tissue transplanted area. Okay. Chalo. Going up further, I will finish this much part again. Can you recall yesterday I have said it? There are two types of immunity, active immunity and passive immunity. What is active immunity? If the body comes in contact with the pathogen, if the body comes in contact with the pathogen, then our body only will activate cell mediated immunity or humoral mediated immunity and kill the pathogen. Then we call active immunity. In active immunity, memory cells are there. So in the future also, they will take care of that pathogen. So active immunity comes if the body is exposed to the pathogen, correct? Either in the form of vaccines or either direct attack by pathogen, memory cells are there. So next time it will give protection. What is passive immunity? Passive immunity means when the body is exposed to the pathogen, there is a less time to survive the person. So in such cases, doctors will add direct injection, and in the injection, ready-made antibodies are there. Otherwise, it may be an antibiotic. Otherwise, mother's milk, which contain ready-made antibodies, will be transferred. Otherwise, through placenta to the fetus. Here, the person gets up treated, but his body has not activated this. He just got ready-madely from outside. So memory cells are absent in passive immunity. So this is the photograph to just show you the difference between what is active immunity and passive immunity. That's all. So with this part, we have completed our today's class. I don't want to stretch it again because whatever further I have to explain, that is more detail and more interesting. Tomorrow we are going to have a last part on this particular third line of defense. Then day after tomorrow we'll have vaccines, concepts and other. But tomorrow is a very crucial class, students. Those who miss, they will miss the main heart of this third line of defense. Okay, with the beautiful photographs, animations, I'm going to show you up about that concept. Okay, till then, solve the assignment, students. I will send you up about the question numbers of the assignments exercise which is sent to you, and sir will be sending you theory questions also. Okay, study well so that you can get perfect on these concepts. Till then, goodbye. Thank you. Yesterday's YouTube classes, if you require, students, you have to ask to the college. Okay, I don't have it. Okay.